Hello everyone, welcome to the third video in Cisco Catalyst Center or DNA Center automation series. In this video, we'll see how to do the device discovery using API. In the first video, we have seen how to create sites. In the second video, we have created CLI and SNMP credentials and added under the site. Now we'll do the device discovery. For the discovery, we'll be using the IP range and we'll use the CLI credentials which we added earlier. And then we'll see how to get the discovery ID and device IP and assign to the specific site. I'll go to the DNAC UI. If you want to do it manually, we need to go to the tools, discovery, add discovery. And here we need to give the IP range. For example, 10, 10, 21, 75. This I showed you earlier. 178. Click on next. And here we need to select the Python CLI credentials. And for SNMP, we can select this, which we have created earlier. Click on next. Then assign device to an existing site. And from here, we'll select Coimbatore and main office. Once you save it, this will start a discovery job and assign the device under the site. If you go to provisioning and inventory, I'll exit this. I'll click on main office. As of now, we don't have any devices here. So let us start coding. From the process standpoint, these are the steps. Get authentication token, then run the discovery. Once you run it, it is going to take a minute to discover the devices. So we need to add a wait logic for this to get completed. Then we'll get the devices from the discovery and then we can assign this to the specific site. I'll go to VS Code. Here I'll create a file 03 underscore device discovery.py. Within the config file, we need to add additional variables. I'll call this device discovery. In the previous execution, we got CLI ID, SNMP ID, and the site ID. We need to add all these details here. I will call site ID equal to then CLI cred ID SNMP cred ID. Okay, we'll start adding these details there. Copy. And this is the site ID. You can see even here also. Yeah, here. Copy this. Put it here. Additionally, we need to add one more variable called discovery IP range. So IP range is going to be 10.10.20.175 to 10.10.20.178. So we'll use this range. Go to the Python file. Here I'll add the logic for import and the authentication token. Then if name equal to main, we're going to get the token. We can add even the error handling, try except and all for the token logic. We have seen that earlier. And here if you notice, we are importing even discovery IP range, CLI ID, SNMP ID and site ID. We'll store these into a variable. I'll call this CLI cred ID. Then SNMP, SNMP CRUD ID, then site ID equal to site ID. First, we'll add a logic for the device discovery. So we need to add this particular function, run discovery. If CLI, SNMP and site ID is there, we are going to run a discovery. For running the discovery, we are passing token, the CLI and SNMP IDs. Finally, we'll be using the site ID for assigning the device. First, we are going to run the discovery. So this step, which we have seen earlier, tools, discovery. So I'll add the code for run discovery. These codes are very easy to understand. That is why I'm just copying and pasting it. Here we are passing token, CLI ID and SNMP ID, and we are hitting this URL, and it is a post call. In the headers, we are passing the token. And if you see the job name, I'm giving a prefix here, Python_auto, so that we can differentiate this. If you notice here, we have multiple Python auto, and then we are adding the timestamp. And in the payload, I'm giving that job name, then the discovery IP range, which we loaded, and we are going to use SSH for the authentication, and the global credentials which we are passing is CLI ID and SNMP ID. And this is just a simple error handling. And here, if you notice, we are trying to get the task ID. Using the task ID, later we'll be getting the discovery ID. We'll see that. And this will be returning a task ID. I'll just show you here. We are just printing the task ID. First, we'll see what we are getting here. We'll try running this. Python 303 device discovery. Run it. So it is starting the discovery. You can see the name and task ID is this. If I go here, 176, it is ending with 568. Okay, it is completed. I'll open this. So this is able to discover all these 4 devices. It is successful. We'll go to provisioning, inventory. There is no devices under main office. We'll go to global. So it is coming under global. Now we need to assign this to the main office using API. As of now, if you notice, we have got the task ID. And from the task ID, we need to get the task result. And let me add the code for that. If task ID is there, we need to get the task result. The task result won't be coming immediately. We need to wait for the task to get completed. So we are adding another function called wait for task. If task ID is there, we'll wait for the task and we'll get the task result. And if task result is there, and if it is not having any errors, we're just going to print the task result here. After that, we'll get the discovery ID from the task result. We'll see that. Now I have added code for wait for task. Within that, we are passing task ID and a timeout value. It will wait for only 5 minutes. And this is going to be a GET request on task/task ID. And here you can see some waiting logic. This will be waiting for this to get completed or to get timed out. Once it is completed, this will be returning the task data for this function. And we are storing that as task result. And finally, we are printing the task result. So let me just try running this. Like this, step by step, you need to handle the logic. And if you combine all these 3, It is going to be a very long script, but you can do that. If you notice here, it is waiting for this to get completed, and this is the actual task result. And here we can see a discovery ID. Now to get the device details, we need to get this discovery ID. If you notice here, it is showing only the task details. This was the task ID, then this is the task result, and now this is the discovery ID. Now to get the discovery ID, I'll add the logic. From the task result, data, and this is going to be in a string format, but we are converting that, and then from there we are taking the discovery ID, and I'm going to print the discovery ID. Then we have one more function called get devices from discovery. Because manually it is going to be very easy. You can go and select all these devices and click on provision and provision device. But in API we have to do all this. Now I'll add code for get devices from discovery. And here we are hitting this API network device with the discovery ID. Discovery ID was 199. And if you want to see the details, we can even print this response.text for the reference. And if it is a valid data, we are going to respond this here. Okay, let me try running this. Now it is waiting for the task to get completed. This time discovery ID is 210, and you can see the discovered devices. Here it is giving the host name, the management address, all the details of all the 4 hosts. Now for assigning devices to the site, we need IP address of all these devices. What we'll do, we'll just fetch it from this response. We can get the management IP from all these for each device 175, 76, 77, 78. So everything is under management IP address. I'll add the code for that. So target IPs, and for that we are iterating through discovered devices. I'll just comment one of the previous print so that the response.text I'll comment. So now all these IP addresses will be coming in a list format in this target IPs. Then we'll add a logic for adding this under the specific site. If target IPs are there, it is just a print, and then we have a function called assign devices to site. There we need to pass token, the site ID, the previous site ID which we passed. If you notice, we are passing site ID from here. Then the target IPs. Just to get the target IPs from the discovery process, we are doing all these steps. First, we are getting the task ID. From the task result, we are getting the discovery ID. From the discovery ID, we are getting the entire device details and extracting the IPs. We can even get it from this itself because we are only passing this data. But then what will happen if something is failed, or in some other scenarios, if we are skipping some devices, it won't be a proper data. That is why we are doing this. Now let me add the code for this. Assign devices to site. Paste it. Here we are hitting this API, assign device to site, passing the site ID and device. And here we are passing all these devices as single payload. We are not iterating. As a single payload we are passing. You see here we are doing a list comprehension for IP in device IPs. We are passing the complete device IP list here, and then we are creating a dictionary here. Key is IP and value is the actual IP address. Then we are passing this payload to the API. Before that, we'll verify. We'll go to main office site. Now this is empty. Let us try running this. And before running, we need to add the final else condition for the task result. Let me just add it. Here, if any timeout happens, it will say that, okay, discovery task failed or timed out. So we'll run it. Now again, this is running the discovery process. Okay. You can see here, the request has been accepted. I'll refresh this. You can see all the devices came here, and provisioning status also is success. If you click on the details, see details, you'll be able to see the complete process. And here, when we are adding a device to site, the Catalyst Center or DNAC automatically performs a day zero basic provisioning. Here it just applies all the network settings. I'll show you that. It is just by default applying all these network settings. These are some very basic settings such as DNS, NTP, time zone, CLI credentials, and SNMP. But if you have some kind of advanced configurations or SDF fabric configuration, there is another specific API for device to provision to the fabric. For example, if you have some VXLAN or you want to make the device as the edge device, for all those, there is another provisioning API. Those advanced configuration options we'll be covering in the later videos. I hope this video was helpful for you to understand how to automate the complete device provisioning steps from scratch, like creating sites, then adding the credentials and device discovery and all. We even have seen the flow diagram for all these use cases. In future, I'll be covering some more advanced topics like config templates and SDA fabric configs and all. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.